What's happening, guys? I'm Tom Stokes, and this is Sports Plus. And if you don't know that, but you're watching this video, what you're about to hear is a phone call between me and somebody that's very close to the family of Ariane. I call her Ari Bell because I can't never remember her whole name, or I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I really don't care. So to catch you up to speed, if you don't know, Ari Bell tweeted some crazy stuff to Fox saying that Jeremy Piven touched her inappropriately in a trailer or something like that. Anyway, uh, Fox grabbed it, took off with it, and the next thing you know, Jeremy Piven's grouped into Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Jeremy Piven. Which, by the way, that does not go together. I've seen that picture floating around, and you need to extract Jeremy Piven from that. Okay, Jeremy Piven is 100% innocent. I'm going to show you why he's innocent, how he's innocent. This girl is nuts, man. And I've been saying she's crazy. I even wrote a big article around how crazy she is. I've talked to several people now that know her. I've even talked to one of the girls that says that not this girl, but another girl that says Jeremy touched her inappropriately. And she said that this girl is the one that got with her. They're talking. She said, basically came out and said that Ari Bell coached her into what she needed to say. And not only did Ari Bell do that with her, but she's doing it with another girl too, and this girl told me that. The latest one is the girl on Facebook, the Facebook video. That's absolutely 100% bogus. She knows Ari, and I can prove that. And she's also got a really big, long, checkered past. She was basically robbing people for drug money. So these are the stripper. Don't forget about the stripper in Hawaii. The stripper in Hawaii, that's another friend of Ari Bell's. They're all, listen, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm going to prove it to you. It's some dark shit going on. And here we go. Let's listen to the phone call. I got a smoke. I got my coffee. I don't know if you read
Okay.
I don't know if you read my article or not, but
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, it was. Well, it's all true.
yeah,
It's all
right.
true. Yeah, it's all true. So she, she stole a bunch of money from him, moved out during the middle of the night, already had a house in Santa Barbara, hooked up with Tanner, and Tanner's parents, Elizabeth and Kenny, basically, she was going to have this big wedding at the house, and then they found out about her past and basically outed him from, basically their family. And so he's kind of gone down this dark road because not only does she do porn in the house, live cam and stuff, but he's in it too. So his name
Oh wait,
is
they're
Kendall.
doing porn in the house with the
They
kids?
do, yeah, they do live cam. Yeah, they do it in
I
the
saw
house.
that.
Yeah.
So she was saying, here's the thing. She was
Some campsites and stuff and drunk. I mean, super drunk. I don't know if you saw that latest video that she put on Twitter, but she was wasted on that video. And pretty much it looks like crap. I mean, she doesn't even look like the same person that she used to look like. But anyway, during the middle of the night, she went up 6 months after the divorce while Barry was in Hong Kong. His son was living at the ranch in San Diego, and she stole his dog. And basically, that was like his soulmate, his canine soulmate. Out of 5 dogs, that was Barry's favorite dog. And she stole Leo. And that German Shepherd is in like every video, everything she does. So anyway, she's not only stole his dog, but he has a warrant. There's a warrant out for her arrest. And basically, she just left. I'm good friends with Tanner's mother. Okay, I was helped try to find the dog for like 2 years straight. And Dr. Phil actually wanted me to go on the show with Barry, and they were going to out her out. When she got fired from the Real Housewives of Toronto because she lied and said that they were multimillionaires and all this other BS, they had nothing. She lied about that, and then she was saying that they fired her because she was pregnant, but that wasn't the case. The case was is that she lied to him about Tanner's wealth and all this stuff. And so when they found out, they could they let her go. So anyway, and again, she's always like an extra, like an entourage. She was an extra that wasn't even on the show. In Suicide Squad, she was an extra that wasn't even in the show. She's always like saying that she's in the show, but she's just an extra, and she never even is in the show.
Yeah, so she's basically stretching the truth quite a bit.
Yeah, she's really.
That doesn't surprise me, man, because I mean, Kenny had to sue them.
I know. I know the whole thing. I was very much involved. In fact, I was the one who basically it's so funny because she thinks that Weinstein put a tracker on her car, but that tape is my voice. That was me just faking her out because she had an appendicitis attack and we were trying to serve her with papers, and so we actually served her in the hospital. Elizabeth, they needed to serve her for this lawsuit.
Hold on one second. Let me get rid of this call.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Hasn't been in school. She's been homeschooled for like 2 years.
But look. Oh, wait. So her daughter hasn't been to school?
Her daughter has been homeschooled.
So
for 2 years.
is that Tanner's daughter?
Yeah, no. That daughter belongs to before Barry. She's been married like 4 or 5 times, but that was Gary Knack. She was dating this guy in Toronto who owned like Walmart, and he was married and she was a stripper, and so he was keeping her on the side, and what happened was she kept saying she was pregnant, and so he left his wife. Wow. And he lost millions of dollars. And anyway, they moved to Malibu. Long and short, she did get pregnant. They were only married for like a year and a half. I mean, no one's been married to her longer. I guess Tanner's the only one that's been married to her longer than like a year and a half.
He must be really fucked up.
He's really messed up. Yeah, he's ex-drugs, coke and Xanax, alcoholic. She's an alcoholic, total alcoholic. She uses Xanax. I mean, she's crazy. Anyway, she says she's mensa, but there's no paperwork ever, around about her being so mensa. But she's fast on her feet. I will say that about her because she was just the PI, Barry's PI. He just wrote me last week that she was in Florida. What they do is she goes to these. This is like her 6th, 7th time that she's done this. She'll go in by herself and she'll tell like a landlord that she wants to rent someplace, and so what she'll do is she'll put down the deposit, and then she'll move in, and then by the time she gets in there'll be 2 dogs, 2 kids, her husband. All these people come later, and then she doesn't pay the rent and they evict her. So she's done it in Santa Barbara 4 times.
Wow.
And I know all the landlords. I've talked to all the landlords. It's the same old story.
Wow.
And it's weird. I mean, she's just done it again in Florida. I mean, she just did it 2 weeks ago. November 4th, she was evicted again.
Well,
and that was in Florida.
Well, I want to go back to you got the. So I didn't realize how old is the little kid?
Well, the baby is Tanner's, okay, and that baby is just like a year old or something like that. But the other one, the other daughter, Emma, that's Gary, the guy that the stripper guy. Anyway, he doesn't want to have anything to do with the kid or with her because she's so crazy. But he does pay her $2,800 a month, and he's living in Florida, and he wants nothing to do with her. I mean, he's never seen the daughter. After about a year of it, Barry was this guy's best friend, and what happened was Barry started paying for her divorce, and then he married her like a year later on television, and then basically she just ripped him off. I mean, it was like really bad what she did. In fact, she left like in his house in San Diego. I cleaned it up like about a year ago after we broke up, and we remained friends, and we were still continuing to look for the dog. Like even right now, he's still trying to find the dog. But they went back up in a Maserati that's 10 years old, 2 kids. She's pregnant again, 2 dogs, and her husband, and they're in that Maserati going back to Canada. They're back in Canada now. Yeah, they got evicted twice in Florida. Within 5 months, they were evicted twice.
So where's she? She's not in Dallas?
She's in no, she never was. She never was in Texas. She was in Florida. They did locate, the PI did locate Emma, the little girl, in school for like 2 weeks, and then she wasn't in school anymore. But they must have enrolled her for 2 weeks. Yeah, and then now she's gone again.
So,
Yeah.
so their last known whereabouts is in Canada.
Yeah, they went back to Canada.
That
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's why nobody can get a hold of her, or she won't.
She's hiding out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She hides out all the time, and she never comes out of the house. Well, you saw what she looked like in that video. I mean, she looks like trailer trash now, you know?
Yeah.
She looks pretty bad. I mean, she has just let herself go and to, like, you know, I mean, she looks terrible.
Wow.
But, yeah,
So, well, here's
I
my thing. I connect. See, there's two other girls that's saying this stuff about Jeremy,
yeah.
and I connected the dots. They both know her.
Oh, well, that's probably why. Yeah, she's a liar. I mean, she lies about everything. Like, she was calling the police on us. We were trying to find the dog, and she was calling the police. I mean, we literally contacted the owner of this apartment in Beverly Hills, this one bedroom that she and him were living in April, and then she must have got, like, a chance in Canada to be on that show, The Real Housewives of Toronto, and then they just took off and left, and they even Airbnb'd the place after they got evicted. They Airbnb'd it, and
Wow.
it was crazy. I mean, I went to the door a few times, and because we were trying to find the dog, and I was talking to the people that were paying her, and then she got kicked off of Airbnb because she would rip Airbnb off. I mean, she's just crazy. She's ripped off more people, and the way they leave the place, she's a pig. I mean, they leave the place just trashed with, like, dog urine everywhere, dog poop everywhere.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
my
really
God.
sad the way they live. Like, this lady from Canada called me up. She found me on Facebook because I put a big thing, a search out on Facebook once. This was a couple of years ago to try to find Leo. And she contacted me and said, I'm her next door neighbor in Canada. And I'm like, oh my God, you're kidding. And she goes, no, I'm going to send you some pictures of what the house looks like. She said when she had her baby, the daughter, she said, I went into the house and she goes, you know, we're thinking, oh, she's an actress, blah, blah, blah. She goes, Pamela, I'm sending these pictures. You can never say where you got them. She sent me the pictures and she said, the dog is alive. You know, he's there. And I even babysat him. And I'm like, oh my God. But anyway, the pictures were just like, it was a flop house. I mean, literally.
Wow.
She's pregnant. There's wine bottles everywhere.
Oh, my God.
The daughter was like sleeping on the floor. It was a one bedroom. It was no furniture at all. Nothing. I mean, it's just trash
Wow.
everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. She's
So,
a piece
so
of work, but
you think she's still in Canada then, huh?
she went back to Canada. Yeah, just recently.
What-
yeah,
what-
like a
what-
week ago.
Oh, really?
She's not afraid of lawyers. She's not afraid of police. She's not afraid of anyone. I mean, she's, you know, all she does all day long is she gets on the computer and stirs up shit. That's all she does all day long. And the two of them, he's worthless. He can't find a job. He's never had a job. He, you know, basically was like a trust fund kid. And his parents want nothing to do with him. They could care less. They're done with him, you know. After they got that $2 million lawsuit against them, now they're still tracking them though because they must need something. Oh, I know, because they're trashing them again. They keep trashing them about this, I don't know, somebody that was like working for the Dream Foundation, but she's on a rampage again. She went on there again, but I know Elizabeth contacted me last week. She's going down. She goes, she has no idea what she's in store for her because they have a lot of money. His parents have a ton of money, and
I saw that. I mean, like I did some research on both of them. They seem like
yeah.
they seem like really nice people, and that's really
They're
work.
amazing.
They worked hard, and they got
Yeah.
they made it for themselves. You know.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, I talk to his mom all the time, and the only reason I met her was I just put out a random email a couple of years ago and said we're looking for Leo. Do you know where Tanner and Ari are? And she wrote me right away and said I'll do anything to help you. She goes, these people are evil. She goes, I mean, they literally misrepresented their foundation. They were trying to funnel money out of everyone. You know, she puts up all these phony GoFundMe sites where she's going to donate all this money. And finally, I mean, with all these followers that she bought, you know, from Egypt or wherever the hell they're from.
Oh my God! I said the same thing. I did a video.
They're all bought.
I did a video on that. Like
They're all bought.
I researched her Twitter account, and it was just I said, wait a minute, this doesn't. She was at 600,000, went to 700,000. went back down to 600,000, went up to 800,000. I said
Yeah.
something's not right. So I go in there and start.
She just bought them all. Yeah, she bought them all.
Yeah, they're all bought. I mean,
Yeah,
she
they're
might
all
have
bought.
she might have like 5,000 real followers. So when
Yeah.
she tweets something out, okay, to
Yeah.
mainstream media, and she's on a verified account, holy,
Yeah.
the people start taking it serious.
Well, she does the IMBD too, with the movies and stuff like that. You can go on there, anybody can go on there and change something on your account, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she does it all the time. I mean, she makes herself like she's just some big Hollywood glam star, but she's nothing. I mean, really, seriously, she hasn't been in anything in so long, it's ridiculous. And then the Jared Leto thing, that's a big joke. I mean, she's just a joke. She's just a media whore. She's so used up and so over, and I mean, and she's done so many illegal things. I mean, she has a bench warrant against her. There is a bench warrant against her.
You know where at or where
In
from?
Santa Barbara. Yeah, Santa Barbara.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's from Paul Patine, a lawyer. And she's just a piece of work. I mean, I paid $2,000 to Eric Silverson, Elizabeth's attorney and Kenny's attorney, to have a restraining order put out against her because she kept slandering me. And basically, she blew right through that. She doesn't care. I mean, she's just,
Well, what's funny is, I started this campaign last week, but then I finally started getting all my evidence together. I got, and so I put the story together, and my girlfriend helped me, and we put it out there, and she hadn't tweeted at me at all. And there's 10 different people I know tweeting at her about this story, and she said nothing to me, zero.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised she hasn't blocked you or something.
She has,
like that.
yeah, she hasn't blocked me either. That's weird. And she told somebody, I got a screenshot of the message. She told somebody she's got the CIA and the FBI after me.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she's so crazy. She's a liar, and she's doing porn. That's all she does is porn. And her whole, I don't know if you go on there, but the whole porn thing is she goes by Stephanie Doll, and he goes by Ken Doll.
Yeah, I found that out.
They're both on there, and they used to do live cam. Now I think it's like you have to pay to get on or whatever.
Yes, I saw that. And I think, you know what? I think that she's stirring all this shit up so people will find that. Okay. She says she doesn't do that anymore, and that's in her past. But I think it's not. She's doing all this just so people will go click it to watch her sex videos.
Yeah, she's so desperate to make money, and when she started doing that like a year and a half ago, I couldn't believe it. Tanner is like a sick person. These kids are involved in this stuff, and there's going to be a link or something that she's going to get.
Well, that's what makes me worried, because I mean, if you got kids, if you're doing porn and you.
I know. I talked to her mom, Ariane's mom. She lives in Canada. Her name's Patty, and I talked to her last week, and she's been trying to get those kids away for 2 years now. I mean, she's called social services so many times, Child Protective Services.
Really?
And,
we're at Child Protective Services in Canada.
Yeah, in Canada, Ontario.
See, I just don't think there's anything we can the U.S. can do to her if she's in Canada.
No, that's why you can't get the dog back in Canada, because their laws are different. Like, even, she's so weird that she even went to the police in Canada, and between her and Tanner, they got a warrant out for Barry's arrest because of harassment. She went, and they said he was he was harassing her and all this stuff, and they were able to get a warrant out against Barry's arrest in Canada. And Barry was like, "Oh my God, I'm just trying to get my dog back. I don't want to have anything to do with her. I just want my dog back." It was just, the whole thing has been so crazy, and he's still trying to get his dog back.
Well, I'm sure that she's probably making up some kind of crazy story, because in one of those other messages, she said that I've been stalking her for years now. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been stalking you.
But I loved when she had the voice message about her car being tracker on her car. That's my voice. That's me.
Oh, really?
We called her, and we were just screwing with her, because we didn't have a tracker on her car. Her car's never had a tracker. But I had her license plate, and I had photographed her license plate. And one of her neighbors But
Right.
like this neighbor believed her over me, but even the landlord that she ripped off, they stayed there 6 months, and this poor lady, 80 years old, was in the back. Carmen, her name was, owned the house in front, and they in Santa Barbara, they rented it, and they gave her 1 month's rent. They never paid rent, and they even forced her into giving them back the whole deposit after they trashed the house just so they could move because they said they didn't have any money. I mean, it was like, oh my God, you know. And Barry had like he had a court order that he won in court in Santa Barbara that if the police came, you know, if she didn't return the dog, she'd be arrested. Yeah,
Wow.
it was like a big deal. Yeah, but I mean, she filed bankruptcy, didn't even show up in court. I mean, she's just.
I saw that. I'm actually going to write a story about that tomorrow. You know.
Yeah, Eric Ridley, her attorney, the bankruptcy attorney.
Yeah.
Eric Ridley, Ridley.
Yeah.
He was a bankruptcy attorney, and that morning she never showed up. She just said on a tweet, I guess, she said something about the bankruptcy's off when you're making multi-million dollars, and you know, I love how she said that she was in a $1 million home, and she's worked her ass off, and that she's never worked at all. Period.
Wow.
She does not work. I mean, her ex-husband gives her that $2,800, and that's what they live on. Believe it or not.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen that little girl in a pair of, like, I mean, she was bleaching that little girl's hair when she was like 8 years old, 9 years old. I mean,
Wow.
just ridiculous, you know? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's a piece of work.
Well, so yeah, there's no way to find her, I guess. So, do you have her mom's information or no?
I know her mom, but her mom doesn't know where she's at. Her mom calls me trying to find out where she's at.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Myself and Elizabeth and Barry, you know, are still trying to get the dog back. Plus, Elizabeth they have something they need to. I think they need to find her to not. They've already got the $2 million, you know, judgment against her, but they said their PI told them they were in Canada, but then when I called her last week, I said, no, she's in Florida,
Right.
and I have all the information, and I gave it to her, and then Barry said, oh my God, she's back in Canada, she got evicted again on November 4th.
Wow.
She was there 4 months, they were there 5 months, and they stayed 2 months at one place, got evicted, and then 2 months at another one, so they're just doing the same gig that they always do, and they're going by a fake name now, they've got a different name. Surev, R-S-U-E-V, Sue, S-U-E-R-E-B is their last name in Florida, Surev, they were going under.
Wow.
Yeah, just really crazy
This
stuff,
is
you know?
crazy, man. And here's the
Yeah.
thing. Poor Jeremy, like, he took a lie detector's test today and passed it. But, you know,
he passed it.
there's still so much crap out there, and I'm trying to get mainstream media to pick up on some of my stuff and some of his stuff, and I mean nobody wants to talk about this side, you know.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you found me.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't struck back at me, you know, in some crazy way, because I don't know, she hates me. I mean, when Dr. Phil, when Marcio Rios, the producer, Dr. Phil, called me up and said, we like your story, Dr. Phil wants you on about the
Right.
stolen dog, you know, she was like so excited that she was going to be on the show and everything, and then Marcio said, and Barry Pettit are going to be on the show, and she's like, oh, absolutely not. I am not going to be on this. She was like so pissed. Yeah. She's a crazy person.
I record all phone calls that come in just because.
Yeah, you can use anything you want. I don't care.
I'll keep your name out of it if you want.
Yeah, just keep my name out of it. But yeah, I mean, any of that stuff. I mean, if you said something about S-U-E-R-E-V, her last name, in Florida, the 2 evictions, she'd flip out. She'd probably want to know, how the hell did you figure that out?
Here, hold on a second. Let me write it down.
Yeah.
And then listen, if something comes up, I mean, I won't use your name or anything like this, but if something
No, I know.
if something comes up, I'll give you my word. I won't use your name. But if something comes up big, would you want to talk to a producer?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because I'm just an independent guy, and I'm trying to just get to the truth. But I know a lot of people on a pro level, you know, and I might be able to turn this into something and get it into mainstream media, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, Jeremy Piven, I mean, I think he pretty much knows her gig. You know what I mean?
He had her number from day one, I think, you know.
From day one, yeah.
Listen,
Exactly.
listen. Jeremy and I did something together 10 years ago on a pro level for Paramount, and it wasn't.
Uh-huh.
It was just an event. If I was standing
Yeah.
5 feet in front of Jeremy, he wouldn't know who the fuck I was. Excuse my language. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
It,
And the thing is, this thing is getting so far out of hand. I mean, seriously.
yeah.
I mean, if you just say one word to somebody, oh, I'm gonna sue. I mean, she,
Yeah.
when she parked illegally over at Dantana's and walked across the street at Jerry's Deli, and then came back and she would refuse to pay the ballet guy, and then she's accusing him of throwing a Kleenex.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that
This
with the
split.
Oh, my
Yeah. I read that.
Oh my God! I mean, can you imagine? I mean, what an idiot! I mean, seriously. And that car is that car is just so old. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how they can maintain it. I mean,
Wow.
that car is paid for because that's the only thing she's got in her name.
Wow.
And she'll refuse to ever give that up because she's the Maserati Barbie or whatever she calls herself.
Right. Whatever.
But yeah, I'd love to see her mend some papers.
Right on. Yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can to catch her up and get her back in the States maybe and try. But it's gonna be so hard. But if anything,
Well, I think they hide out up there because I think they have because Tanner's not a citizen. She has dual citizenship, so she can come back and forth. But
Right.
yeah, but he can't. So I think they have to come back once in a while. But I'm surprised because she has a warrant for her arrest. I will tell you that there is a warrant, and I mean even the Border Patrol and all that, they have that warrant number. I'm so surprised that she's been sneaking back and forth a little bit.
yeah. Well,
But they can do in Canada Airbnb and stuff. They're probably staying at an Airbnb because anytime she ever takes a picture, if you notice, none of the pictures in the background are ever the same.
right.
Like she's never in the same place.
Right.
They move like every month they move.
Oh
somewhere.
Jesus, I feel so bad for those kids, man.
I feel so bad for those kids. I mean, seriously. And the first daughter, has a lisp, and she's a little bit slow.
Oh.
She was born 3 months early.
Oh.
So it's really sad, I mean, and the fact that, I don't know, the fact that, here she is, involved in all this, it made me sick to see her have the kids, holding the kids while...
I know. I was like, oh my God, really?
I know. And dropping the
Jeez.
F-bomb every 5 minutes.
Listen, Pam. I swear, I've been up for 3-4 days almost straight, pretty much, trying to get to the bottom of this. It's driving me crazy, and something's gonna break, and mainstream media is gonna have to get involved. They were real quick to judge Jeremy with no evidence. But now I got all this evidence proving that he did nothing, and they don't even want to talk about it.
No. Well, do you think it's just a dead issue then? I mean, it's just totally a dead issue?
I don't. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things. I just don't know.
He's not really tweeting anything about it. Like he's not concerned. He's not really concerned about it. Did you read that one thing that she posted about his camp or whatever? I mean, she answered all those questions. It was like a joke how she answered them.
Yeah, what an idiot, man. I just can't believe that mainstream media and everybody is just it's amazing to me. And I
know.
You know what it is? Nobody, and I said it on a tweet today when I put this story out there. I said, listen, if you want to call me a victim shamer, I'm ready for you. Come on, I got more evidence to prove that I'm not a victim. I said, if anybody's a victim here, it's Jeremy Piven.
He is. He's a victim.
And that's why the mainstream media don't want to touch it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's so interesting is, plus she's such a wild card. You know what I mean? That they're probably afraid to touch it with her because she's just like.
Oh, she'll sue him. She'll sue him.
She'll sue him. She'll sue him for any little thing.
Yeah.
So they like Gary Trock, from TMZ. I've given him more information
Yeah.
You know?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You know.
Yeah.
Here's why. 10 years ago, this happened to me. And then, I've done some more investigations. I worked on the Peyton Manning case, and I blew that chick right out the water. And I got her on the phone, and she admitted everything to me. And it was just a shakedown of the Mannings, okay? And then the whole Zeke Elliott thing. I mean, I talked to people in Ohio. Same thing. It's very rare. The Piven thing just caught my eye because, I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor or anything. But I have life experience. I've been married.
Yeah.
I was unfortunately married to a girl like that. Not married. I was in a relationship with a girl like that. We had a child, and she's just like this chick.
Yeah.
And-
She's crazy.
And so I got experience with it. Huh?
I mean, I feel sorry for Barry. Basically, he was in Hong Kong working, and they'd only been married for about a year, and she just blindsided him one day on Facebook. Oh, my husband's so amazing, and I love living in San Diego at the ranch, and I'm going to open up a winery and all this stuff. And then the next day, boom, out the door. She just like ripped him off for about $400,000 in the bank, and she was just planning her escape. And she had already got her place in Santa Barbara, and she was already dating Tanner. And I mean, she was going on for a bigger, better deal. The only thing she didn't predict was the fact that his parents found out what a piece of work she was and ousted them from the whole thing.
Wow.
I mean, they had given them a house and everything as a wedding gift.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, and then they kicked him out. They evicted him. They got him out of there in 3 days. Yeah. So.
Wow.
They don't care about the baby. They don't care about anything. They don't want to see anything. They just said if he ever comes back in their life, he'd have to go to a psychiatric, get help.
Yeah, he needs to go to a hospital for about 6 months, detox,
Yeah.
and then
He's about as dark as they are. I mean, he's about as deep into it as she is. He told his parents last year that he was doing porn to pay for his lawsuit against them. Yeah.
oh my God.
But they never even showed up one time in court. They didn't fight it. They didn't even show up.
That's
They just blew it off.
This is crazy.
Yeah. And she was on Twitter and Facebook, champagne and my Housewives of Toronto show and this and that. I couldn't believe it. And then all of a sudden she's fired. I mean, everything that she touches turns to crap. I mean, that's really it.
Well, when you live your life like that, that's what happens, Pam.
Yeah, exactly. And she even called child services on her own parents. I mean, that's how bad it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
all
mean,
right.
it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a good story there. You've got some information. If
Yeah.
I think of
Yeah.
anything else, I'll call you back.
No, yeah, please. Yeah, you got my number. I'm gonna save your number right now, and then if you think of
Okay.
anything else that pops in your head, I'm up all night. It's just I've been going to 4 o'clock in the morning, sleeping for a couple hours, and getting back up and rolling. Her whole story checks out. Kenny and Elizabeth is the mom and dad to Tanner Slaught, which is the husband to Ariane Bell, the girl that's created this massive false allegation towards Jeremy and got the other girls involved. Okay, and it's really sad, man, because I've been fighting now for about a week and a half, and finally started getting a little steam. Jeremy did the lie detectors test, and that's great. And when I said Jeremy wouldn't know me if he was 5 feet in front of me, that's a true story, okay? Because look, I mean, I did the same thing for Piven, for Walter Payton. God bless you, Walter. Yeah. Peyton Manning. I'm tired. It's 4 a.m., guys. I've been sleeping 2 hours here and there when I can, really. For Peyton Manning with Jamie Nortright. So you guys that follow me on Twitter, you know all about that story. I'm the one that broke the phone call. She called me and told me what she was going to do and how she was doing it and the whole 9 yards. Basically, it was a shakedown. She was trying to shake the Mannings down for money. And if you want to hear about that, you can go click on it. Same thing with the Zeke case. Except the Zeke case kind of blew up in everybody's face, really. That thing. There's so many other things about that Zeke case. I know everybody says, well, he pulled his appeal, but I'm not done with that. I've talked to people in Ohio, and I'm just not done with that 100% yet. I want to see that all the way to and through. So listen, everybody on Twitter that's been yelling at Jeremy Piven and how could you, and you sexual deviant and all that craziness and all the Me Too people, you really need to go back and apologize to this man, because I'm telling you, you're trying to bring, or not you trying, you brought a good man almost to his knees, and you Twitter convicted an innocent man. He's 100% innocent, and I hope you realize that. And if this is not good enough for you, I got plenty more. I got at least 6 or 7 different phone calls that you can that you'll hear, and we'll release that shortly. I got some 2 more interviews I'm going to do, one-on-one interviews with some people. I got affidavits. I can't get mainstream media to even look at it. You know, it's crazy because Fox is the one that tweeted. Fox is the one that grabbed this crazy woman's tweet and wrote a story, and then all of a sudden it went, you know, viral all over the place. Excuse me, but they won't help me clear Jeremy's name. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, my point to that was Peyton Manning wouldn't know me if I served him coffee tomorrow. Zeke, he retweeted a tweet last year for me, okay, or just when I was saying something, great job yesterday when they won a game last year and they were on the roll, and so he wouldn't know me. Why do I do this? God, I scratch my head sometimes and wonder myself, but you know, not really. I do know why I do this. I can tell when something's gone wrong. I can tell when I could tell a woman like this is lying. I'm getting a little emotional right now. It's late. Thinking about my kids, you know. I was wrongly arrested. This happened to me 10 years ago, 11 years ago maybe. I was accused for something I didn't do. It was my ex. You know, the thing I was guilty of was cheating on my girlfriend at the time, fiance, whatever you want to call her. We weren't married. And I was guilty of cheating on her, and she got the phone bill, and just like any good woman scorned, she went after me with guns blazing. And she's really like this woman, you know. So, you know, instead of having the balls to sit down with her and say, you know what, I don't want to be with you anymore, I went and did what a lot of men probably do. I can't speak for a lot of men. I went and did what I did, what Tom Stokes would do. I got a girlfriend on the side and started having relationships here and there. And, yeah, I was wrong. That was wrong. I didn't do what she said. I didn't do what the other girl said. And, you know, it was pretty bad for me for a long time. And, you know, you really find out who your friends are when you go through something like this. And, you know, ever since then, it's really, really bothered me. And I watch it. I see it all the time. You know, there was a time where I couldn't even see my kids. That's how bad it was. And it was really bad. And, you know, fast forward 11 years. Look, a lot of water's going on that bridge. It still hurts when I think about it because I lost a lot, man. I lost my life. My life is completely different than it was 11 years ago. And it was right at that time when I'm in the car business. Right at the time when the car business was going down, but I still had a couple $100,000. I wasn't, you know, I was making $50,000, $60,000 a month. I was doing really well. And all of that went away like that. Just because one person falsely accused me of something I never did. All went away. My life was completely different. So when I see guys like Jeremy going through this stuff, I really relate to it. It's not something I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get clicks on my website. I give a fuck about clicks on my website. Are you kidding me? Clicks on my website? You're doing it for money. Jeremy hired you. Again, Jeremy wouldn't know me if I was sitting, but he might know me now. I mean, I'm like the only guy out there that I know that's been investigating this and trying to connect dots and make sense of it all. So, I mean, yeah, maybe he knows me now. You know, when you got somebody that's batting in the corner, I had the same thing. I had one girl, and that was Brittany Spaniel. She was there with me, you know, 11 years ago. It was a different relationship 11 years ago. You know, but you know, I'm really proud of her, by the way, and we've been together ever since. I'm really proud of her. She wrote that Me Too article. Go on my website, check it out. It was really emotional for her, and she had to go through a lot of stuff. You know, to write that. She's so reserved. I'm a type A personality. She is a type B, maybe Z. Like, she's so laid back and so calm. And I think that's why it's probably worked so well for us over the last decade. But, you know, she's very reserved, very to herself. Doesn't say anything in public like this. So for her to write what she wrote about the assault and almost getting raped was a really big deal for her. So take time out and go read that, because she's a real victim. Not like this Ariane Bell chick. This Ariane Bell chick has given the Me Too hashtag a bad name. And I'm tired. And I got a lot more coming up. I appreciate you guys listening, and you know, feel free to tweet at me, man. I don't care about the haters. I got a lot of people in the last couple of days. I launched that story, and they were just, and for some reason, I get obsessed with that. I want to answer them back. I try to answer back everybody, which I shouldn't. I know, but you know, I'm trying to get them to see a different side. I'm trying to get them to go beyond the tweets. So we'll see you soon. We'll keep doing some beyond the tweet segments, and I can't say this was fun, but it was definitely intriguing. And for me, it's pretty much over now. I'm turning everything over to the authorities, and the rest is history. You people have a lot to do and clean up. I'm telling you, you really need to go apologize to Jeremy Piven. It's sad. The mainstream media should apologize to Jeremy Piven. All right, guys, be safe. This is gonna be a first video with a footnote. So I forgot that I did do a event with Paramount for Jeremy Piven, red carpet event. So just in case anybody sees a picture of me and Jeremy, we weren't hanging out. I was doing something on a pro level for Paramount, and that was it. Okay. But when I said he wouldn't remember me, I mean, he wouldn't know me if he was 5 feet from me. He wouldn't remember me. I really don't think so. Again, he probably would now. By the way, I forgot, Ed, if you're watching, man, look, how about check this one out, baby? Where'd it go? Yeah, there you go. Check that one out. Is it coming in focus? That's a nice one. That's that one was from Emmett Smith. Emmett gave me that one, man. Emmett gave me a bunch of cigars. That's about all I get from Emmett. Cigars. All right. See you guys next time.